Hi everyone, I'm Chris Whyte here at Portland State University, and as the president of the Oregon State chapter of the Percussive Arts Society, I hope these videos on this year's OMEA percussion audition etudes will be helpful for students and teachers as you're preparing for the submission deadline for the All-State Band and Orchestra recordings. Let's go ahead and start by looking at etude number 1 for the snare drum audition. For this piece, since it's in a rudimental style, a couple things to keep in mind. First of all the rolls in this piece are open double stroke rolls, notated with the slash notation on the stems where the rolls come in. So keep that in mind, no closed rolls in this piece. I would recommend that you use a natural sticking or a right hand lead sticking system for this as opposed to alternating. In general, with this type of piece, it can help to keep the rhythm a little more accurate. And there's a couple spots in particular where a natural sticking can really make sure that you keep an even volume and stay nice and steady with the time, like the second to last line of music where you have these three these rhythms. I would suggest using a right hand lead system. So in that case, the second to last line of music, we'd play right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, 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 etc. on those E's and O's using all left hand. That'll help to keep a nice even sound and to keep that rhythm nice and even as it goes over the bar line there. A couple other things for you to keep in mind. None of the flams or roughs in this piece are accented. So make sure that when you come to the flams in the first, the second line and the rough on the third line, that you're keeping those nice and low, down by your tap pipe. Okay? In this piece, I'm going to stay pretty much in the center of the drum. I might move slightly out of the center of the drum for the soft dynamics, but generally speaking, I'm going to keep everything in the middle of the drum and use stick heights to determine my volume. Lastly, one little spot, I thought I would mention a way to help practice the very last line, which is a little tricky, coming out of the really soft pianissimo 16th notes at the end of that second to last line. We come in, there's a triplet roll with a rest on the very first note, and then transitioning into a 16th bass double stroke roll on count 3 of that measure. I would recommend that on that measure that you actually fill in the downbeat to practice it of the triplet roll. And then over time, as you get accustomed to the timing of where that first double stroke begins, then take that downbeat out. I'll show you what that looks like. I'm playing this at 110 beats a minute, by the way, right in the middle of the range indicated. So the very last line of music, starting with the downbeat, I would put a note where that rest goes, just for practice. Now coming out of the line before it, I'm going to start with the last 16th note rhythm of the previous measure, E and a 4 E and then I'll add that triplet downbeat. Here it is. Okay, now I'm going to take the downbeat out and try to feel where that first double stroke actually enters after E and a 4 E and. Okay, so that's a tip for how to practice that tricky spot. And on that measure as well, we have to transition from triplets into duple, into 16th notes halfway through the measure. So I would suggest that you spend some time practicing without the double strokes, just the hand motion check pattern under those double strokes, transitioning from triplets to 16th notes, feeling really comfortable, and then you add the double strokes to it like this. So there I'm going from triplets to 16th with no double strokes, and now I'll add the double strokes on. Okay, so find some creative ways to practice that little challenge. Hope this helps you on this etude.